Good morning. Whew. Where were we? Here. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. We're playing some more Tavern Talk today. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 10, The Twin Flames. How's a turtle? Hey, innkeeper. Hello. Been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me? A little. Cute. Got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy, but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Hey, kitty. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the turtle? Meow. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll bring back my usual speed and agility. Feel like this job drained me of all my energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Oh, kitty. Alright, yeah, we never did get like an agility, a good agility potion yet. Only got like the weak ones. That's fine. We'll give her the juice. Boop boop doo. My cat's being especially loving today for some reason. Did the storm scare you, kitty? Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my senses coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn Starfell damaged their barn, and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Kenshin! Thank you for the raid! Whew. If you haven't seen Kenshin yet, he's a pretty sweet dude. R.I.P. Kenshin got cut off? He did? Did he just like collapse? It is, you know, late in the morning. What were you playing, Kenshin? Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. He was talking. Hello. Let me give you a quality shout out. Boop. That's something like a shout out. Hang on. There we go. There's a real shout out. Well, hello everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. If you're unfamiliar, I play a wide array of games. Most recently, I've been playing Tavern Talk and Shadow of the Erdtree, the DLC. Co-op is always a good time in Ubisoft games. I'm trying to think of what Ubisoft game. There was a big one that everyone's playing. What's the latest Ubisoft game? Are you playing Well, you weren't playing the Prince of Persia, right? X-Defiant? Skull and Bones? Nobody played Skull and Bones. That can't be it. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their sharing appointment, and of course, the farmer needed to get them back on time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Diria at the moment. It seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently, an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eyes on their locks and fences. Got a raid and run? Have a good stream? Thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a good sleep. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. You're gonna lurky lurk? Good night. Good night, Julia. Thank you for stopping by. You know about how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands of beasts, and some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against? Sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer? Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on the label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what magical tool that might be? I'm gonna guess carrot, personally. I have no... Clovers! Morning, dew lovers, to be precise. Or, sorry. Morning, dew clovers. Oof, I cannot speak this morning. Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. My experience? I keep inns. Do you two know each other? Barely. Oh wait, that's me. Barely. Ah, keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like him. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. Well then, what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I didn't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry. They might not look it, but their drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. You want fight drink? We gave you the sailor. Can I make it spicy? I can make it spicy. A bit yellow. Slap a little green in there. There you go. Boop. Come on, it's perfect for you. It's a sailor, you're a fish. Oh, wow! Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit it that I've improved. So, Una, Jade told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a maida. I don't have any use for stones like these. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell the pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh? Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them, thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to my crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I occasionally got rip some youngsters off while playing cards. Good morning, it's Silent Sleeper 83. This is the channel I'll be practicing your spinning and working out on since you can't get into your silent awareness account. Yeah, here, let me shout that out then. Boop-a-doop-boo. That way anybody listening can just click on the name. Kaizen Gammon TC. There you go. And now, if anyone wants to see Silent Sleeper or Kaizen Gammon doing, what was it called? Well, it's spinning, which is Boogang. Is that it? It's, I don't know, it's really cool. I like watching it. Let's see, where was I? Also, good morning, Silent Sleeper. How are you doing? I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. It's called Boogang. Yeah, it took me a while. Or maybe I mispronounced it. It sounds very Asian. Or impossible for someone who's only been only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Oh, and thank you. You're tired, but yesterday was day 30. Nice. You're proud. No, you said it correctly. I'm super surprised. I mean, like, I've watched a few of your videos. I went back and I heard you pronounce it. That's how I know how to pronounce it. It just took me a while to remember. Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Ha, you wish. Jade, be on guard. You're worried about me? I just know for a fact that Yuna is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. Blech. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them in cheating. Watch how a real master does it. Oh, who's he? Good day. Whoa. I don't know if that's the voice I want to go with. I have returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need the whole Mr. thing, just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those, graph people. Clay, is it then? Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my, we got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. I don't know what I'm doing with that voice. Alright. I know exactly what to get you. A little bit there. Ooh. Nope. That was too much. Hang on. A little extra? No, it wasn't that. Shouldn't be trying to do these things from memory. Dexterity. That's what I thought I did. Boop. You started this page, as you said, because you couldn't get into your original, but you know everything has meaning, so Kaizen means make a small improvements every day, and Gamen means enduring difficulties with grace and dignity, and TC, the contrarian. TC. Oh, the contrarian is actually the TC, okay. Is have a contrarian mindset and search for the answers in places most don't look. This is what you were forming while prepping for your return. Well, welcome back. I can't wait to see what you do. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. You got him, I got it all. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What's it called? Don't worry. I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Oh man, lighten up. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission and not falling asleep standing. Let's see. First snow. Let's make one of these for you. Where's the good stuff? That one's blasphemous. I can't put that in there. But I can put these little flowers in there. Bing. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious sweet ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? He's getting dumber and dumber in my voice. Please go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia Temple. So I've been told. Mostly about the wobbling ooze. Ah, yes. That was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island, or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything on into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. Sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, he told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something that was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. They weren't wrong. They're right. It did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they'd hoped it'd wipe out the entire night sky. No one hoped for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of a change of pace. That's all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? Maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input? Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have a sworn divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry. Slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragonhead tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be amongst his offerings. I honestly thought she was just decorating the beach, and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or for your very own ritual clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him. Fantastic. It is. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I might mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went back home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It's just beckoned them home. Through a celestial hug of sorts? Huh? So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is? But echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived there for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it was almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your astral friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either. They told me they haven't lived there for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It's a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope out of this conversation beyond its bounds. I would think. I said that weird. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talk, he told me about his fascinating friendships with astral creatures and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help. Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. A whale. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds unhealthy. That's an understatement. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look happy at all being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. It looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like it wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my lance conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome its instinct to mistrust, but then I picked the shell up gently and ate it. Oh, then it picked up the shell and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hand against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been crushed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what previously I would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead, and the ice burned away, freeing it from the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal, and it differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what happened and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So a humanoid then. We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. He could only remember its black and white color, and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thingy. There's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. I felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. Worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Kia, do you ever get angry? No, I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. You forgot divinity. Thank you. I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. I thought it was finally safe, but suddenly the freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic liquid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept the frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the Astros Sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. It didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured instead of hurting others. It was alone and it didn't know what would happen. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. Oh. Eat it. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. You should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No, the frostbite may be gone, but the star is part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun-humpbacked whale. And probably the last one too, as all other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn the whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. It's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with the little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Oh, there it is. Up in the corner here. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, the piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. Very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So... Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, it's not Clay. Well, you can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent. Sorry. She's turning into Kermit the Frog, too. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Oh man, she hasn't talked in so long. What was her voice? Don't worry about it too much, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing the supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are a part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance, to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest, if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And even then, someone is going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. She likes the sailors. So that's what she's gonna get. I think I've memorized this one now. That was a little too much. Although I don't think it matters. Yep. Bing. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depending on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girlie. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is a failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. Also, hard disagree on my end. Oh, God, I wish I could retire. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold, but I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find out somebody who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell into an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? No, but I know where you can find an archivist. Nope. Not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people who pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can even start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. I mean, like, my job is to, like, talk to the people who come in here, right? But the people may not come in here. Honestly, it's a lot like content creation. Like, I can make all the things in the world. If no one shows up, it just, it doesn't happen. I mean, like, the thing happens, but nobody sees it. And that's fine. But, like, if people don't show up to, discuss quests and rumors, then that's just the natural order of things, or whatever that fish lady was talking about. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do. People to help. Prayers to consult. Who knows, right? A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one or two, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looked like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. You have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a soup herb day. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use those seashells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that's something that sometimes you need to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with the anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it is important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. Good advice. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find your way back to yourself, too. Thank you, Clay. Me too. See, there's the archivist. Oh, what voice did I use for him? It was top of the evening to you. Ugh. Like, I'm just stuck on Kermit the Frog. I can't go anywhere. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces and new acquaintances. It wasn't it. What was the voice I used for him? With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. I've even lost my grandma voice. All has become Kermit the Frog. No way, a speaking skeleton. No way, a speaking skeleton. Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Now let's see. No way. That can't be right. Oof. I'm losing my mind. Hello there. Incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Skully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Skully. And that over there is my friend Jade. Alright, we're back. Ah, fellow Maida. But with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Skully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Skully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ah, don't get smart with me now. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think we should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? Wait, his bones are gems? Can I zoom in? I don't think I can. That is true. I haven't seen another Maida since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. So like when he was alive, did he have his entire skeleton replaced with gems? Because that sounds rough. I'll be real. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if you two... Yeah, oh my god. See, it's a match already. Would it be a shame if you two were to become friends? Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman at her age knows what she wants. That's this guy. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere, I know. You got it. But today, I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today, we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Skully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know she's taller than me, and you can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. You insist. Fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? X already told me you're a real magical connoisseur. I'd love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Alright, what we got for brain juice? We got Peak Sunrise. Yeah, that's the one. Boop. Let's see. I'll mash up some crystal meth in there. There you go. Amphetamines. My, this is delightful. See? Told you they definitely know their craft. They definitely knows their craft, is what he said. That broke my brain for a second. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Skully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Alright, let's see. What's the most charming drink? We got the Thousand Winds and Sunny Breeze. I'm gonna go with this one. Like, he doesn't ask for defense, but you know, defense is pretty good when all you have left is bones. Oh wait, need to mash some drugs in here. Boop. There we go. Here you go, a drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, practically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Oh, all that talking about studying in degrees brings back so many old memories. I was also a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom Archives, to be precise. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read about the old archivists, but I've never had a chance to talk with one. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yeah. The archives were destroyed decades ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gone with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Skully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly, cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground without sunlight don't seem to be good for my memory.
It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or the ruins, rather.
Keep learning more things. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help.
A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks, boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steeps or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone who fell into that lake once, and I remember it as if it were yesterday.
Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. I wouldn't necessarily agree. They say books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realm that surrounds us. Of course you'd have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways, I think I know the place Skully's talking about. Oh? Sounds like the Gravel Mac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or at least I would have heard of it.
I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years.
Think about those hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. Sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in Gravel Mac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today. Look at me learning about people. Ooh, but I've got enough for the green quest now. Thank you for your reluctant service.
What a lovely young lady. You would have made a great archivist.
And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. You should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements.
Then getting your PhD isn't something small or insignificant.
It's nothing really. Spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Skully and my point still stands. And I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's getting late.
A splendid idea. I would expect from a witch like you.
Seems fair. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, theoretically. Let's see. The Maiden Archives once held infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravel Mac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. Deep within the Gravel Mac hide lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers, though the verdict is still out on their cuteness level. Bloop. There we go. Raiders of the Lost Archives is the quest. Lost Maiden Everbloom Archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. The ruins lie deep within the gravel mech, dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that was enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find the abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Neat. Still Act 2, Chapter 9, or Chapter 11. Trouble in Paradise.
Good morning.
Yeah, he has the same voice as Skully, and I'm sorry about that. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well?
I did.
It took ages for you to fall asleep.
I was too excited thinking about our adventure. But I slept really well.
Happy to hear that, Tia. Did you sleep?
She passed out right after she had some soup.
I hoped that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs of my divine mission in my dreams. Did she?
I don't remember.
Sounds like you slept well then.
Anyhow,
I see you had time to prepare a quest. Wonderful, let's get started. Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup.
Then I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it.
A purple friend? Well, I hope Andu enjoyed that soup. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay.
Of course.
Did you two enjoy your soup?
Very much.
Clay is quite the talented chef, even though eating it did make me feel very tired.
And Tia is a very good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had lots of time to talk. It was nice.
What did you two talk about? Friendship bracelets, I hope?
Not quite. Many things. I thought it would be fun to make her niece one of those little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with little flower dresses and mini hexes. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's going to make little star lamps for my parents' garden.
Is that so?
He offered to cook for my family, and I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now?
That sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before?
No, not this far. Though I've always wanted to. Our snow dragon building competitions are famous.
I've never heard of those.
Oh.
But they do sound intriguing.
When I was young, one of my favorite stories the Elysian told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals, along with the bestowed power of the elemental manipulation upon his chosen.
Man, I really want to get into snow sculptures. I've moved into the deep south in the bayou, so I don't see snow much anymore. But back when I lived in the frozen mountains, I wish I spent more time honing the craft, just in case it ever came up. I vaguely recall there being another version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead.
Blasphemous hearsay is all that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he has given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame, and it just so happens
to still be burning in an ancient temple in the highlands, keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, with a local guide no less.
I've never visited it before either, but once I went to see the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from there.
What did I learn? Just more about the world. It's big. Oh hey, a quest. The Autumn Glow Festival, what's that about? I'm sure he can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. You're right. Let's continue. Now, the quest. Of course. So I'm assuming you're going together. Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he is not practiced in the ways of a divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? That'd make for a fun story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself.
Who would make her soup then?
Exactly. That makes sense.
Plus, I need to meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat.
You. They like to eat you.
Only if they're hungry.
Could you at least try to be reasonable?
I am. Local creatures can be very helpful. I know they can be dangerous too, of course. It's important to have your guard up so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some charisma too, so we can convince them to help us out.
I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tested that one out, actually.
We could test it for you.
Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. And hey, bleak stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention, there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming in the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our divine will... What am I even saying? None of those were the words there. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them. If that's the concern, I could offer you some citrine. It's infused with divine properties that'll bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creature would be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak. Citrine could only be found within the Forbidden Valley. How would you have managed access to that? Oh, you know.
No, I don't.
Anyway, I think the most of your strategies could work. Strength and citrine will let you fight your way through any danger in no time, but the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer a more conventional solution.
Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue.
Sure. Defense and charisma. Because it seems the trend in this game. And what else do I need in there? Infuse it with inspiration. Which is... Which one of you is inspiring? Oh, either honeyflower or thunder sage. Neat. Looks like honeyflower is the way to go. Bloop. What happens if I pour a little more of this in? still 1,000 wins. That's not the right drink. Lies. It is definitely the right drink. Here. How about now? It's not the right drink. Has to be the recipe that fits. Here. Get that out of there. Alright. So, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why this one's grayed out. But maybe that's the problem. You want defense and charisma. Really does sound like 1,000 wins. I really think I just bugged it out by trying to be weird with it. It's not the right drink. Oh, poor Handu can't handle everything. Get crunk, Handu. That is the right drink. I swear to God, I think I found a bug. What if... I've got like nothing else that helps. Oh! Shoot, never mind, I'm dumb. Defense with a little bit of charisma. That is the wrong drink. I think I went with, what, charisma with a little bit of defense? Which would be... Would it be the first snow? Let's give this a shot. Sorry I broke you, Andu. First snow. There we go. I would love to hear the story about how you befriending these bleak stalkers. Or at the very least, how their teeth were no match against your armor or your pecs. So, the reason I went with this drink was because whenever I have a choice, it feels like going for like the diplomatic option has been the best one. Like, never once has like fighting seemed to be like the best solution. I tried it once and Carolyn came back super sad because she killed something. Plus, this worked well for you last time, Tia. Let's hope I'll be lucky again. Fine, I trust your judgment, Innkeeper. Good, you should.
Thank you for all your help, Innkeeper, but we should get going now.
Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry?
Yesterday I met Fable at a farmer's market and they helped me pick out the right vegetables for soup. And then they invited me to their barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. We need to make it back in time for that.
You can always leave early if it takes too long.
And what about you?
What about me?
You're also coming.
I have to work.
You also have to eat.
Saving the world is bound to make you hungry. And you might even have fun, who knows? I will consider it. Let's hurry then.
Let's. Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time?
Of course. I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again.
Oh yeah, Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets.
I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest.
It shall be so.
Did he meet Grace?
See you soon.
I think he spent like 5 minutes in this town and knows everybody now. Oh, it's this guy. Greetings, innkeeper. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh, yes. Talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead, I helped them with reconstructing their lands, barns, and houses. With my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. Oh, you're right. A drink like that is still missing something from my recipe book. Let me think of something. Oh, thank you dearly. Ooh, a steel tonic. I like it. That one looks cool. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. Feels like I'm in a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories on my bookshelf. Magic and adventures surround me with every step, and unknown lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting. But now I'm just daydreaming. Originally, I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course, what would you like? Preferably something that'll help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did, well, I presume it did something. But those splinters were really a nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you. Don't worry. We're gonna make the new drink. Steel tonic. Oh wait, we need to put something special in it. But what? Let's see, what boosts defense? Yeah, I could put some peppers in it. Doesn't really seem like a peppery guy, though. Let me try some pine cones. You know? Boom. Protection against your arch nemesis splinters. Here you go. Ha! I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Winmore as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence, I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in kind of a dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved with the whole Diria mainland negotiations. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Diria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere with his decisions, so now he doesn't have any bodyguards, and I would like to help him. But honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money, just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. A splendid idea. I like how you think, innkeeper. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough, even with your magically infused drinks. You might need more protection than I could offer. I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right. I could just hang up a quest on your pinboard. And then some brave adventurers will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith. Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified for the job. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of the heroic adventurer himself, does it? Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You got a fair point. Also, it's easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enticing offer? Getting taught by Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves. More than I could ever dream of. They also mentioned another friend of theirs, an imposing Vukakin lady named Carolyn. Do you know her by any chance? Oh, Carolyn? Yeah, I know her quite well. She's quite the local legend. Surprised you haven't heard of her. She single-handedly slew a wyvern chimera. That's incredible! This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently, Lady Carolyn is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling. I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting. Don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? That would be so helpful. I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time, trust me. Thank you so much, and also, thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration. Echo Faye, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good stream. What were you playing? Also, welcome. This may be your first raid here. For anyone unfamiliar with me, I'm Old Man Sugarheart. I play a wide variety of games. You were playing the same game? Cool. Yeah, currently I'm playing the same game. I'm playing Tavern Talk. I also play Elden Ring. We're almost through the DLC, just a few more episodes of that. We're currently playing V Rising too. Play a wide variety of games.
Thanks, Granddad.
Thank you for the follow, Echo Faye. I really appreciate it. I really do. But, yeah, for the most part, I just try to be a wholesome, adorable little Hobbit man streamer.
Thanks, Granddad.
Thank you for the follow, Lil Yolandi. Ah, thank you for everybody. Welcome. Are you, farther than me in Tavern Talk? I thought you'd come on over and continue the Tavern Talk. Yeah, are you... If you're farther than me... Like, then this should be rad. And you can see, like, all the cool things that didn't happen for you or did happen for you. I tend to, like, give people, oh, you only just started today. So not very far at all. Oh, cool. Well, now I have to go watch you play so that I can see all, like, see if you make any choices different than me and see how it affects things. Because I'm really curious how, like, some things could have gone differently so far. See you next time, adventurer. Oh, you're new. Hey, how's it going? Hello. Come on in. This is a cute little tavern. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable. Definitely, I only just got to the falling stars. That was pretty exciting. I'm glad. So wait, no, I'm glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? For sure. But I do enjoy the cozy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the big city sometimes. I get that. Are you new in town? I am. How did you know? It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here, that's all. I just took a guess. Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe, you get me? Oh, I do. That's why I settled here on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. So you run this business, innkeep? Correct. Just me, my familiar in this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course. Of course. With whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars? Who knows? Maybe. The name's Voyage, but you may call me Voy. Alright, Voy. Got it. What can I do for you today? It was so nice to meet you, but you're gonna head to bed, but we'll hang out and lurk for a little bit. Have a fantastic rest of your stream. I thank you so much. I'm excited to, like, discover your stream and follow myself. You have a wonderful night. What can I do for you today? Well, I mean, a drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me, you haven't heard of me? Not yet, I'm afraid. I suppose I should have. I'm the Voy, a famous bard. Ring any bells? Nope. Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. And what better way than to do so with a fine drink made by the finest innkeeper? You're a real sweet talker, aren't you? I guess I am. Teehee. Yeah. Is there something specific you would like? No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming. Okay. Let's crunk him up a bit. You get a sunny breeze. I'll put some honeydew flowers in there, like, yeah. I know your type. Boop. May this drink give you May this drink give you an untwistable silver tongue. Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. Will it boost my charisma even further? You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards to get another drink. Oh, now you're teasing me. How about you tell me more about you now? Didn't you want me to get to know you better? Hold tight to your counter, innkeeper, because I'm about to knock your socks off. bring it on. So, right in front of you is the one and only Voy. Traveler of the lands, stealer of hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Fizoa. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add. Yeah, you're alright. I'm fairly impressed. Of course you are. Might I ask for an autograph later then? But what brings you here, Voy? As I said, I just needed a breath of fresh air. And a short break from the big city. Is it hard being famous? Not really, no. Maybe a little bit sometimes. But making music and performing my job, I absolutely love it. So it's not a big deal, really. Just makes me cherish the quieter moments. Sometimes he has a list, sometimes he doesn't. I just go with however I feel. His S's are always weird, though. Makes sense to me. Would it be cool if I kept you in your little familiar company for a bit? Absolutely. Make yourself at home. Nice. Oh, you're new. Hello there, traveler. What can I get you? Usually it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humor you. Well, this is my tavern, and it has come a long way. Love the color of your walls. A new coat? It's been a good few years since my last renovation. Wait, that's me. But yes, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Thought so. What is life but if not the constant changing of the self? How I missed your endless wisdom, Quincy. I can only imagine, innkeeper. You look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink? Yeah, long journey. Surprise me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. What have I got for you? You get 1,000 wins. Actually, no. I'm gonna give you a sunny breeze. Just so you and your friend can chat about your equally breezy drinks. Here you go, liquid charisma, my specialty. This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a good deal since last time. Practice makes perfect, after all. Indeed. So what brings you to this corner of the worlds? Ah, I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar bird. They're said to only reside in this neighborhood, or continent, rather. What bird? The golden loon. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a big lake. That's where they usually hang out. But only in Fizoa. Hence why I came all this way. Oh, plumage of gold, glistening in the lights of day. A traveler's bold. That would be a very poetic way to greet them. Tell that to the stupid Song of Vigor Guild. They didn't like it? Nah, they don't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext. But isn't that what lyrical works are all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for the others to take in? And only to push them away, push away the layers and read between the lines until you find the true meaning? Exactly my thinking. It's just that now I'm afraid that they laugh at me or remember me as a bard without a heart because they don't understand. You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death, it stops life. Do you enjoy your art? Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too. I, for one, greatly enjoyed your Golden Loon haiku. Me too. Aw, Innkeeper, thank you. You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. There'll always be those who don't get it and those who find themselves in it. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself. That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagine this all so differently. Way easier for sure. Moving from Tregarian, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I've always dreamed of joining the SOV Guild. And then they promptly rejected me. But I am Voyage, and I do not give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share all my music. All I need is me and my Hagwim. That's right. I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. Wonder if I pronounce Hagwim right. My 2 cents. Live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions. That's what I'm doing. Good. But unfortunately, I have to leave now. Gotta find those loons before it gets dark. It was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, Innkeeper, and be safe out there, Voyage. You too. Nice guy. Yes, he's an old friend. Didn't know you do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too. Innkeeper, do you want me to do you? Not yet. Oh. Maybe one day. Sorry, that took a venture into the inappropriate. But I had a good time there. Welcome back. Sorry, gotta remember Granny's voice. Quick, Innkeep, your strongest... Yeah, strong... Your strongest drink. This is an emergency. What happened? It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line. Oof. Not lives? Listen, Innkeep, I'll tell you a story. Don't worry. But you gotta be a little patient because Baya really needs a drink first. Yes, please. What do you need? The same as last time? Oh, that one was really delicious. I'd love to taste it again, please. Baya's my favorite, although her voice will kill me. Got it. I'll get you something that makes you agile as a spider again. Alright. I think the best agile drink I have is still the Swift Strike. There you go. Spider juice. There you go, my strongest drink to the rescue. Thank you. This is good. Oh, thank the dragons. That pause made me so nervous. I really thought they would mess it up. Thanks for having so much faith in me, Yuna. Ah, you're welcome. But Baya, are you feeling better now? Done with the workout? Thanks for keeping you company. I hope you have an amazing day. Same for the wife and kiddos. Yeah, I think the wife will have a good day. She has to go into work freakishly early today. She's a baker and they need to make a lot of things for the 4th of July. But the kiddos will be at home partying, probably playing with Snap Pops. But Baya, are you feeling better now? Have a great day, Kaizen. Or Silent Sleeper. Or Silent. Or Leticia. Either way, any one of your names, and anyone who's here, check out Kaizen's new channel. She's going to be doing her spinning, her boo gang. And it's really something to see. I don't know if she's done anything yet, but she will do something. I've seen her old YouTube channel. It's good. Yes, at least a little bit. That's good to hear. Please fill me in on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset, Baya. And you have to endure the Bloomtide Festival every year. You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. Thank you so much. You're the best. I am putting it in order. That's great. I'm excited to see it. They're girlfriends. But we three have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. But now... Very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. It's okay. How about I tell him what's going on, Baya? So you don't have to strain yourself. Oh, that would save my voice. Thank you. Okay, so sweet Baya over here has had a long-lasting group of friends, right? Right. They're a trio inseparable for at least a few hundred years. And they're an adorable trio, I might add. The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Mary Morgan. Oh, yeah, the Mary Morgan. A wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though. Yep, that's right. Anyways, the Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a couple. So I figured. Have been for a while. I recall them coming by once or twice. But right now, how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute. For some reason, the two have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Baya's monthly tea parties, insisting that they'll only come if the other isn't invited. Why? I don't know. It's like they don't know each other anymore. And soon, they won't like me either. It does smell like a breakup. Let's not catastrophize. I don't want my friend group to fall apart. My game froze. We crashed? Nope, we're good. People have always left me because I scare them. I don't want them to leave me too. Now, I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper. Don't worry, Baya. They've been together for so long that they must have already solved numerous arguments. They'll get through this one too. They're right. They've been through worse. But what if they are wrong? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? I just wish there was something I could do to help them. If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hi, I'm Voy. It's short for voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous. No. Doesn't ring any bells, sorry. Anyway. So, Baya, that is your name, right? Oop. It's my alarm telling me I gotta leave, but we gotta see this through. What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Like, you seem really chill. Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been so nice to me. I trust them. And I've known Una for a while now. Did she pick up endangered flowers from your backyard last time you met? Yes. The bouquet was really cute. I know, right? You meet a lot of people when you travel across the lands looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Baya's also really cute under all that moss and kelp. Oh, shush. I mean, you might look a little terrifying, that's true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they'd want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they just try to burn me. Luckily, I don't scar easily. Oh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. Exes leaving you, but you always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons, people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. You don't say, kid. But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always something to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or my enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Yes, you should come visit sometime. Boy, that's short for voyage. Just Voy is fine. Do you want to come to Una? I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old bones than a nice swamp bath. Sorry. Do you get a lot of customers? No. None. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise for your spa at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, Baya. But let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? This situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator. I can absolutely hang up a quest for you if you want. That would be great. Thank you so much. Of course. Making my patrons happy is part of the job. Now who's the sweet talker? Huh? But now I have to wait, right? Yeah, unfortunately. How about you show us around your spa in the meantime? It would be my pleasure. And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends. No pressure. There's a millennium-long relationship on the line. Remember that. Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. See you then, innkeep. Yeah, see ya. Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is gonna be after that mud mask. You think I can take my crochet hook with me? Oh, so many quests to put together. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see, we got this Banshee. In the riverbanks of the Shivermere hides the Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. A Banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing at a song that will shatter bones. Hopefully hyperbole. The Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a loving couple most of the time, but their current fight has their best friend Baya worried. Normally I like to start with the what, but this one just seemed better here. Alright, I got more. Red. The area seems very unsafe in the moment. Let's see. A diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. The area seems to be very unsafe at the moment, especially if you're cattle. A crash of spinal rhinos have collapsed the bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland. This is the what. It really should come first. This happened, which caused this to be necessary because of this. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinal rhinos can't exactly be held responsible. The ambassador, tasked with solving this mess, is a young noble, and worried his best friend insists he is in dire need of a new personal guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travelers lately. Those travelers are cattle, anyway. I wonder if he is cattle. A cow person would be neat. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 12. It takes 2. Or 3. Alright, I think we gotta call it quits here. Thank you so much, everybody who watched. I had a great time. And we will continue. The game just keeps going, and I'm having a fun time. This will be back on Monday and Tuesday next week. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Elden Ring, and Friday we'll also be playing Elden Ring, and then on Saturday some V Rising, I believe. We're getting close to the end for both Elden Ring, V Rising, and this game, and so we're going to have to find something new to play. Let me know if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see, because I love those. Thank you so much, everybody. Hang out, and we'll find somebody to raid. Oh, and a special shout out to Echo Fade for the raid. Welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm excited to see your stream. And thank you, Kenshin, for the raid way earlier. Always good time to see him. And if you're not familiar with him, he's a great guy to follow if you stay up all night long, because he does. If you're in the US. If you're in like the Australia region, he might actually be on during reasonable hours. And do check out the new channel Kaizen Gammon TC. Alright. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see. I think the best one would probably be Jess Bay. She's just getting started, so I want to support her on her way to becoming a streamer. She's doing really good though. She's building up an audience quite quickly. Alright, everyone say hi. Bye-bye, everybody.